about tonight is B-Movie Madness. The movie I'm going to talk about tonight, well, the one I'm going to talk about tonight is, I was going to say a new release, but technically it came out last month, but I'm reviewing it now. And that is the SOV horror release of Return to Yucca Flats, Desert Man Beast. Now, before I get on with my review, let me tell you what Desert Man Beast is about. It is about a beastly man beast who roams the Arizona desert in search of blood, boobs, and a plot. From the creators of Blown and Backwoods comes the sequel no one asked for, Return to Yucca Flats, Desert Man Beast. Now, as you see me, as you just heard me say, this is a sequel to a 1961 B movie called The Beast of Yucca Flats. It had Tor Johnson from Plan 9 from Outer Space in it. I really liked The Beast of Yucca Flats. I thought it was an enjoyable little B movie from the 60s. I had no idea this existed until Tony announced it on his page. So I was surprised. Kind of surprised and kind of, curious, but I was also very concerned as well because it was from the creators of Blown. And the Blown was the very first review I did for SOV Horror that I flat out disliked the movie. I really disliked it. But David C. Hayes also did a short I reviewed, I believe, this month called Undone, which I really liked. It's a very different movie from Blown, though, but it was still really good. But yeah, I was kind of concerned about this movie. And I will say, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I highly, highly preferred Blown to this movie. I absolutely hated Desert Man Beast. I hated almost an entire 60 minutes of it. It was the longest 60 minutes of my life, movie-wise. I've watched the movies that are 60 minutes that felt like 60 minutes. This movie felt much longer. The entire 60 minutes isn't entirely the Desert Man Beast movie. It starts off with like a Criswell kind of opening, warning people about the shocking content and the quality of the movie. That I found somewhat amusing. That wasn't bad. Then it's followed by a couple fake trailers. One for a movie called Love Tard, which I didn't care for, not because of the content, because I don't get offended by that kind of stuff easily, but because it was incredibly unfunny. I just didn't find it funny at all. But yeah, the fake trailers are just, they're painful to sit through. And then there's like 20 minutes into it, the movie kind of breaks down. There's a technical difficulty and more trailers play. I will say one of those trailers, the Valley of Gold, that actually looks really cool. I would watch that one. But all the other fake trailers are really painful to sit through as well. And it ends with like a meta kind of gag where the producer or the co-founder of the company that put the movie out congratulates you for watching the movie, and also says they don't care what people think. They made the movie they want to make, which despite what I think about the movie, I think yeah, make what you want. Don't care what people think. Just put your art out there, and the right people will find it. But I kind of, I'm not really a fan of the self-aware kind of gags, but I thought that was actually pretty funny. But the rest of the movie is some of the most annoying, frustrating, shot in video stuff I've ever seen. It got to a point where I was thinking about stopping the movie and going outside for a walk. And I live in Florida, and it's hot as balls. And I don't like going outside unless I have to. The fact that I was willing to stop this movie and go take a walk just says a lot about it. It's really absolutely annoying, unbelievably stupid movie. And it's also just absolutely boring at the same time. I don't know how you can be absolutely stupid and boring at the same time. But the movie was both of those. Everything is overdubbed. And the overdubbing is incredibly unfunny. And there's an Arnold Schwarzenegger looking dude who is, of course, dubbed to sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I will say the impersonation of Schwarzenegger is actually not bad, but what he says is just incredibly unfunny. He's just quoting Schwarzenegger movies. It wasn't funny at all. All the overdubbing is incredibly annoying, and it has these stupid cartoonish voices that just, I was like, please, for the love of God, stop. Just stop. And because of that, I can't really judge the acting of the movie because everything's overdubbed. David C. Hayes plays the Desert Man Beast, and he looks the role. So there's that. As for gore, there is some gore, but none of the kills are particularly well done, even by SOV standards. These are not going to be some of the best SOV kills you've ever seen. There's one where a guy gets his intestines ripped out. That one's okay. That's definitely the best one of the movie, but the rest of them are fairly forgettable and just very poorly done that you just don't care. The music, the most painful scene in this movie is a Wraith sequence that has the same piece of music that goes over and over again. This Wraith sequence goes on forever. It is stretched to the max. It takes up. It feels like it takes up most of the movie, and it's just it's hard to. It was hard to watch. The only good thing about that sequence is there's a cameo by the blow up doll from Blown. That I thought was cool, but that sequence, that's the scene that actually almost was like, I might have to just stop this and come back to another day. But I didn't want to come back to another day to do this. I wanted to finish this movie. And I run a B-movie channel, and I can't let a measly B-movie defeat me. And it didn't. I actually finished the movie. There's no real ending to the movie. The meta gag at the end of the co-founder of the company, he reads you what the ending was going to be. And then the movie has the end card and the credits come up. So, what was the point of this movie? I have no fucking clue. I know the point in making it, which I'll get to in a few minutes. I have no idea what the point of this movie was. It's just a guy, a man beast, running around killing random people, and then there's no ending, and then the credits come up, and you sit to yourself like, what the hell did I just watch? Was this even a movie? And Beasts of Yucca Flats, the original, isn't. It's a terrible movie, but it's in that charming '60s way, a bad '60s movies kind of way. That one also has overdubbing, but I found it more tolerable in that movie than I did here. But yeah, what else can I say about Desert Man Beast? I apologize to Blown for being so mean to it because things could be so much worse. I'm Blown. Can we talk for a minute? I shouldn't have been so harsh on you. You are the funniest movie ever made compared to this. I don't want to be mean and say turd, but it was basically a turd. A 60-minute turd. And that just sounds like a painful shit right there. But it's not all bad. Kevin Seymour, who I was very critical of his performance in Blown, but I really enjoyed his performance in Undone. He has a small part. One of the few things I did like about it was he plays a character that goes from death scene to death and looking at the bodies, taking stuff. I thought that was a fun little gag. It's hard for me to say that because at the beginning of the movie, you find out that Kevin Seymour has passed away in 2021, and I feel like I'm saying that because he has passed away, but legitimately, I did like his part in the movie, and I really enjoyed his performance in Undone, and I reviewed that before I knew of his passing. But he was fun, and that little scenes were fun. But overall, yeah. But let's get to the special features. First up is an audio interview with actor David C. Hayes. Tony of SOV Horror moderates it. It goes over the first 35 minutes of the movie. This is where we find out how this movie came to be. And simply put, this was them seeing if they could make a sellable movie in 24 hours. And they were successful. Here I am with a copy of it, and it's being sold online. So 12 years later, this movie, here it is. So they were successful. They made a movie in 24 hours that is being sold to everybody. So congratulations to David C. Hayes and the cast and crew. You guys did it. Despite what I have to say, you guys did it. But he also goes in detail about the sound, because they shot it in such a fast, pace that they didn't worry about the sound, so they did the overdubbing. He talks about the connection to Yucca Flats. He tells a really funny distribution story that I won't spoil. Pretty funny stuff. And he's very aware this movie is not very good. But I gotta give him huge props because he went out in the Arizona desert, shot a movie in 24 hours, and here I am with it, you know. And of course, he padded the movie with fake trailers and the meta gags and the rave scene going on forever. He did it. So I mean, I got to give him huge props for, you know, going out there and doing it. I mean, he's done more than I have as a filmmaker. So yeah, I got to give him huge props about that. Also included is the Desert Man Beast trailer. There's behind the scenes still gallery. The bonus movie, The Beast of Yucca Flats. So if you haven't seen the original movie, if you buy this, it'll be included. So that's cool. The Beast of Yucca Flats trailer, the SOV Horror trailer vault, and my absolute favorite bonus feature. Despite what I said about the movie, this right here made those 60 minutes, despite what I said about any negative things I said about the movie, this made it all worth it. And that is the Certificate of Achievement SOV Horror Awards. You for watching the entire movie Desert Man Beast. We are truly sorry, not really. Signed both by David C. Hayes and Tony Marcello. Certificate for finishing this movie. This right here is one of the coolest kind of gimmicks to come with a movie. I love stuff like this. You know, I love this the smell-o-vision stuff that Madeline Deering did with Spirit Animal. This right here, this makes watching this movie worth it right here. The fact that I survived it right here. I can tell people I survived Desert Man Beasts. That's really fucking cool. I got to give Tony and huge props for coming up with that because, you know, they're aware of the quality of the movie. Everybody, David C. Hayes, everybody's aware of it. And the fact that they reward people for it that's more than most, you know, filmmakers do for their bad movies. So I gotta give David C. Hayes, you know, props for, you know, acknowledging, hey, this is crap, but guess what? You survived it. Congratulations. So, as for can I recommend this? This is the hard part. If you're a hardcore shot on video nerd, I don't need to say anything. You probably already own the movie. If you enjoyed Blown, there's a chance you might enjoy this. But if you did not enjoy Blown, if you absolutely hated Blown, then there's most likely you will not like this one. But I'll say this. Although I do not recommend it to those people, buy a copy anyways. Support this awesome company. And then gift it to someone you hate. Then they could gift it to someone they hate. And eventually, thrift stores around the world will be cluttered with Return to Yucca Flats. And grandmothers will buy it for their grandsons thinking it's some kind of hip horror movie. And the grandson will think, why does my grandmother hate me? Do it for that reason. Do it, please. That's going to be awesome. You know, buy this movie regardless if I thought it was crap or not. Some good came out of this movie. So I got to give a big thank you to Tony for giving me the chance to review it. I really appreciate everything you've done for me. I got to give a big thank you to David C. Hayes and his cast and crew for making a sellable movie in 24 hours. So, to end this never-ending review, because my reviews are actually probably worse than this movie, do I have any more reviews in the works? I still have two more Joe Sherlock movies to do. And I'll be having more SOV horror stuff in the future, I believe. So look out for that. Now, let me know down below. Have you seen The Beast of Yucca Flats? What did you think of it? Are you going to buy a copy of this? Let me know down below. As usual, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell, and comment the info below. But for now, I'm Jonathan Iceman, B Movie Madness. Thanks for watching.